Hi, I'm dating expert Hayley Quinn, and it is my super pleasure and delight to bring you a new interview series that I'm doing, and this one is on mindset hacks. So if you're listening to this and you often have problems with self-expression, with connection, with limiting beliefs, with fears that basically hold you back from taking the action that you want in your life, then I would advise you to stay tuned. It is my delight and pleasure to be joined by an extremely wise coach who I have the privilege of working with on some of my training courses. He's also basically a dear friend and someone I would 100% ring up if I need advice, which does happen. It's Mr. Ashley Lloyd-Shaw.
Thank you. So masculine and
the feminine.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's a lot of dating advice out there which I don't really get on board with, which says that, like, the man has to always be in, polarity. The man always has to be in his masculine, the woman always has to be in her feminine. Because I find that people are a combo of both and could go into both at both times. So there might be a point where, we were talking about this again as well at the spa, where I was like, actually, like, thank you for saying that you felt feminine was my dominant energy.
Yeah.
And I can be quite feminine sometimes, but then also I can, if, someone needs to be told. I can go.
So steps over your boundaries.
Oh yeah. If it's not so much a step over, if someone like hurdles over them after getting repeated warnings to not hurt, I'd be like, look, just don't hurdle over the boundary. This is not going to end well for you. Just put down the hurdling stick. You're getting way close. That looks like a running jump. I do like warn. I was like, all right, okay, fine. It's like Genghis Khan mode, right? That was a declaration of war. Boom. And I can be really, as I'm getting into it now, I'm like, I can get into that space, but I kind of think it's not so much about the man needing to be the man all the time or the woman needing to be the woman all the time, but about being comfortable with both of those energies.
So I can say what I...
Because lots of men are told about to be alpha all the time, right? That's what guys are, you have to be the alpha male.
Yeah, I've never really... I think one liked that idea and believed in that idea. I think partly also because I relate to myself as not being alpha, so that's probably why as well. But I think having that, you separate yourself too much. And it's funny because I've had a friend for a long time who always has said like, no, but you are. But as a guy, which I'm sure guys can relate to, us as guys will have our own individual perception of what we think alpha is. And so if we're not living up to that or we are, then that's how we kind of define ourselves. But in regards to what I'm kind of aware of around the whole masculine, feminine energy, we both, a woman has both and a man has both. What I feel is you as a guy might have one that's more dominant, and as a woman, you may have one that's more dominant. Hence why we've got, like, in terms of same-sex relationships, why some of them work. It's not because it's woman-woman or man-man. It's because there is a polarity in the energies. But it's not that one is always just one and the other is always just one, because that's not part of our humanity. We're going to be in both. And what I understand around like the masculine energy, that's kind of like when you kind of are driven, when you have your goals, you have your intentions, you have your things that you set out, you're in action mode, you're proactive, and leading. Leading is I think a very powerful, powerful element of the masculine energy. And then you've got the feminine energy, and from what I understand about that, that's kind of like open, receptive, receiving, surrender. And when I say surrender, not as in give up, like as in surrender, as in acceptance, let go, that
which is kind of what we speak about at the beginning, right? Which is like, yes, I'm going to be an action taker. Yes, I'm going to take responsibility. I'm going to empower myself. But I'm also going to be open to what happens.
Yes.
And I'm going to understand that I can't control everything.
Yeah. And I think what's so important as well is to understand when you hear the word masculine and feminine, that you don't think man, woman. It's not man, woman, it's masculine, feminine energy, because a woman could be in her masculine energy and be an amazing, great leader and be taking massive action and producing results and outcomes that she wants.
And a woman
as well.
who's like, actually, I need to take a bit more control over my dating life here because I'm not meeting anybody.
Right.
So I need to maybe set out a plan where I spend these 2 evenings a week doing something for myself in that area.
Yeah.
And I might not go up to a guy and say, hey, babe, I think you looked really hot.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, you might walk close by him and give him a smile, or you might be like, oh, hey, can you just pass me that? You know.
Yeah.
So taking action in your own way. And likewise for a guy, women respond well to guys who can talk about, who are good communicators, who are able to articulate their feelings.
I had so many female friends when I was younger. Because growing up mainly with my mum and my gran around, I was just around that feminine energy. So I was very in touch with that and sensitive even as well. So once I hit probably like my early 20s, that's when I became aware of like, actually, I really need to cultivate that masculine side of me more, that masculine energy, because it wasn't as maybe potent in the area of dating. In my other areas of life, it would be there, which sometimes would have a ripple effect for my dating life. But in regards to in the earlier stages, like I might take ages before I'd ask a woman out, for example, because I feel like, I've got to just make her feel more and more comfortable. And I've got to make sure that once I really see, I can tell that I'm basically not going to get rejection. All right, now I'll go. And that, for me personally, now at least, it just doesn't work. It's so important to have that balance. So to be able to understand and connect and feel.
Yeah, and also as a woman, it's like, okay, I want to be receptive, but I was like, okay, he's not really doing anything.
Right.
He's it's been 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
He's not setting up a date. You know, like, how do you know what he's thinking or feeling here? And what's the worst that can happen? Like, you send him a message, he doesn't get back to you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at least then you know.
Right.
I'd rather know and go like, okay, he's not open to that, that's fine. I'm not going to even take it personally. And then move on to meet all of the other people you can meet, rather than being like, oh, the man has to make every move.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's not how dating is. I don't think it's how it ever was, and I think it's especially not how it is in 2018. Before we wrap, I want to give a quick shout out because you are head group coaching chat WhatsApp thread group message runner, and you are such an active coach with Academy. Academy is my our 12-week training course. We developed it because we wanted to give an option to guys that wasn't just 1 week, one intensive weekend, but to give weeks of development, because I think these skills and mindsets take time to implement. Ashley, you've been instrumental in both the live training, and we have live training options if you can get to London, or also we work with guys who are just doing the online only academy, and they are from literally all around the world. And Ashley is one of the guys that gets up early to do the group coaching call to Australia at 7 a.m. And we also have an ongoing chat, which is so good, 24/7 chat over 12 weeks for like learning. But I remember, like, I always bring this up. This one day I looked at the Academy chat thread because I go on, do my answers. And Ashley had got well into a coaching discussion with someone, and there were 400 unread messages. There was 400. We broke the 400.
Gosh.
So I want to give thanks to you for that, but also...
it's such a pleasure. I think for me, it's such a real privilege. And it was never something that I was like, that's what I want to do, because like acting is one of my main important things in my life. But this has been such a blessing that's also come up for me, and be able to work with people and support them and encourage them in basically in life and what they want. And and without maybe clients realizing it as well, I get a lot from it, from the sessions too as well, because it's a give and take, just in from a different angle. So it's so rewarding.
And the guys we have are amazing. They're from all around the world. If you want to find out more details, I'm going to put a link to hayleyquinn.com/academy. We run 2-3 academies a year. They are getting really popular, so check it out. And also, Ashley, if you've loved hearing to his wisdom, and just his voice is quite nice. Ashley also has a podcast. Where can they find out about that? And I'll put a link beneath the video.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you can go to... should I look at the camera? I'll just keep looking at you.
I don't know where we're looking.
Basically, you can go to jsaudios.com, And it's an audio show that I do with my cousin where we basically just share and talk about our love lives, but in such a open and raw way where it's like you're in the room, basically. And also you can check out www.ashleylloydshaw.com as well for any other creative content, and you can also find the link for JS Audios there as well. But yeah.
And if you want to pay Ashley a compliment, comment underneath this video.
Oh gosh.
All right, it's been lovely seeing you again. This has been Mind Hacks with Ashley Lloyd Shaw. I'm Hayley Quinn,
Thanks,
and I'll see you again soon.
Peace.
Bye.